Okay, hello there. I've run a comb over my head today, unlike the last one piece. If you've watched part one and part two, I watched those several times, but not today. I just got up a couple hours ago, had my coffee, and I was thinking some things that to add on to that, to basically summarize and what's going on or could be going on is well, if I think a lot of things, but I haven't had my nicotine today. I'm trying to stay off of it more and more as time goes on. My vaporized nicotine. It'll be 13 years. I mean, yeah, 13 years, yeah, in a couple of months, 6 weeks since I quit smoking tobacco. And I haven't touched it. I've vaporized for uh, cognitive reasons having to do with the schizophrenia, which is well documented, although some psychiatrists don't agree with it, but you can look at the so anyway, that's part of my life that doesn't exist, but it does because I live with it. Taking care of myself in the sense of that, taking care of myself. So I can't see myself on the screen the way this is set up. So I just got up and I was thinking if you want to come over, some chicks want to come over, you want to come over and check me out, uh, I'm easy to get along with in the first place. We can meet at the door, but I'd rather meet here because I don't go out. I'm not a public person, a very public person. I never was. The way my life went, I'm better, more privately than publicly taking places and going places. I don't like to do that. I'm not into that really. But so I like quiet times and a homebody. I've become a homebody, taking care of myself with these illnesses that I have, and I just am alone. But if you come over, nothing needs to happen. You don't need to feel like you need to put like the typical guy would say, put out or get out. That it ain't that way here. I'm not that way. I mean, so you can come over for a dozen times before that would even become, I mean, on my part, like, gee, I wonder what she'd be like, in bed, I mean. But because I'm not really in a hurry to go there, I mean, I want my back to work up and be pumped up and work the muscles built up, like the physical therapist said, and the doctor confirmed, and so that's what it's about on my end. And what you get out of it, you might get out of it, you might enjoy. But if it goes there, but if it doesn't even have to go there, I'm saying, if you want to come and go as you want to come and go as you please. I mean, when I'm awake and things are nothing else I need to be doing appointment wise, I mean, then that's fine. We can do this as often as you want. I mean, and nothing needs to be pressured that you're going to need to do anything, put out. I mean, so I'm not so I wanted to say that, and I wanted to say what else I want to say. If you come over, I can give you a little gas money, and or if we go anywhere, I mean, out to walk, see something or do something or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I don't like to go out much. Because a lot of the things that the reason I feel that way though is because like growing up here compared to the way were the same growing up years of your life, our lives were spent differently. The way I grew up in the city, you know, and so in a lot of respects, I've already been there, saw that, and done that because of those first 22 years that I lived in Pittsburgh. There was a lot to see there as a kid, being taking my parents into the city to the Carnegie Museum and that was a really trip place, the Carnegie Museum. I remember that as a kid, third grade about. But and then Florida was like the beaches and the colleges and so in a lot of regards I've already been there and done that. So so that's why I don't miss anything. I feel like I'm not missing anything by not getting out. I mean, so I just need somebody who likes to. Get out occasionally, but when necessary, or for little ideas, novel ideas to get out and do something do different. I mean, I'm into that, and and nothing needs to occur. I mean, unless you wanted to in the first place, like I said earlier in another part. But so I'm just looking for friends, female friend, a special female friend who likes to be a companion and partner, and so. But no, don't feel like because you come here with a friend or without a friend, even you're safe either way. But don't feel like you have to be anything needs to happen just because you come over. You're welcome to come and go however many times you like before you decide on your part you want to do that or not. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to push you into it. I mean, of course, my mouth gets running when I have an audience in person, private, but I, I'm a deeper thinker. I'll just say that. Okay. I'm just out of bed and I even had my nicotine. I've had coffee for 2 hours. And so I'm going to let this be the end of this one. But was there anything else I wanted to say? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so that's what I want to say. You don't have to feel like you're pressured to do anything just because you come up here and meet me. I'd rather meet here because I'm not a public person. I don't like public places, very crowded places. I don't like crowds very much. Just kind of like, I feel like in the middle, I don't know what, I'm in the middle of what, I don't know, but it's nothing that I'm used to. So, bear that with respect in mind, and but I'm fine cognitively. I mean, mentally or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I don't like that word, but cognitively. I mean, or intellectually. But I'm more of an intellectual, and I can look up wild things on the computer and go on searches if we get. I might say something in conversation with you, and then I'll say well something, and then I'll say well I'll look that up, and then we'll Google on the smartphone or on the computer, and you can find all kind of amazing things out these days. It's such a wonderful day and age to live in, technologically. I mean, but it's a real hassle though when things go wrong. I hate those micro device phones. But well, I don't hate anything, but I don't like them. They're just frustrating. Sometimes when they don't want to work right. You can't you flip the thing and you're supposed to go one way, but you don't know how the hell it's going to go, and it ends up 18,000 different directions from where you're at, and then you got to figure it out. I'm not a phone friendly person. I'm more on the computer, like over there. And so, but so just drop me a private offline message if you're interested in meeting up at some time or chatting, and we can talk on the phone or on the chat talk, to messenger voice chat or whatever you want to do. I mean, but if you're missing something in your life and you're tired of the local usual run of the mill, I mean, then I could be who you're looking for. I'm just saying that to chicks 35 to 55 who are in zip code 43713, Gardensville, Ohio only. And I don't travel. You'll have to travel, but I'll give you some gas money. But let me know. Drop me an offline message, and I'll get back to you then, and we'll take it from there. I hope somebody comes along. If you're missing something, try me. It might be it. That's all I can say. Bye now.